Greetings, fellow Facebookites and fellow YouTubeites. Been a little over a week since I did this, so time to say those few words. Let's get ready to rock and roll! Okay, today is Sunday, April the 14th of 2013. Y'all miss me? Yep, I know it's been over a week. In fact, it was 2 Fridays ago that I did my last video. So, but in any case, it's been a pretty exciting week. Pretty interesting week this past week. I took this past Monday off so that I could go check out, like I said, that PHX Sky Train that I told you all about in my previous videos. Okay, as a matter of fact, okay, now those of you fellow Facebookites, what is it I'm trying to say? Oh yeah, you fellow Facebookites, so notice I recently posted a little video from YouTube, from here on YouTube, a little taste of what it's like to be on that Sky Train. Okay, and that's when they started with the ribbon cutting, and for in the media, and Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton went on that thing. Yeah, they drove from the 44th Street station into the East Economy parking garage and to the Terminal 4, and they ended with walking in to Terminal 4. I'll tell you what. So, yeah, I took this past Monday off so I could go visit that open house, and man, I'll tell you what, the fact that it's a free service, so so I guess you could just ride to the airport just for the fun of it, Of course, then again, it's it's not like you have to go to fly off somewhere just to go to the airport. Yeah, there are many of shops and restaurants before you even go through the security. So hey, man, but that was a lot of fun, and that terrazzo floor, those terrazzo floors, man, on these couple hallways that lead from the from the Terminal 4 SkyTrain station to the shops and restaurants in Terminal 4. Those little hallways, those bridges that go across Sky Harbor Boulevard, having some mural artwork on one side of each hall, and windows looking outside on the other side. And those terrazzo floors, those lights shining down those things, oh man, really sparkly, very beautiful. You'd have to check it out to see what I'm talking about, Okay, but that was a lot of fun. And then I went to another D-back game, and I also had this past Wednesday off because this past Wednesday was a 12:40 D-back game. So I went to that, and of course, then I had some other D-back games to go to this past Friday and yesterday and today. Something special about today. Today I will also mark the end of a broadcasting career for someone who's been in the business for a very long time. Someone who at first he was the he was with the 1946 world champion St. Louis Cardinals, and okay, and of course then after that he started a broadcasting career which would last 58 years. And and he did a lot of things. He was a broadcaster for baseball games on the NBC network, and of course, the past 15 years, he's worked in many broadcasts for my D-backs, and of course, he didn't just do broadcast sports. He also did other things, like he also wrote books, and he's also hosted some game shows too. So, and today was the day he was gonna cap off his 50 years in broadcasting. Go ahead and call it a career. The man I'm talking about is, of course, the one and only Joe Garagiola. Yeah, that was a real fun time, and so, and and you know, it's also a good thing that you remember I told you recently that I went to a D-back game that lasted 16 innings. Well, but this one could have lasted forever because there was no score. There's still no score between the Dodgers and my D-backs when we hit the 9th inning. Then we were in the bottom of the 9th inning, and Paul Goldschmidt did a walk-off, thus scoring our only point in the game and winning the game for us. Ah, man, that was really something, you know. But anyway, that'll do it for this homestand. Because my D-backs are now about to go on the road. They're gonna do some games against the Yankees and then the Rockies and then San Francisco. And the next home game the next number of home games, the next homestand will be start April the 25th through May the 1st. So against Colorado and San Francisco. So so yeah, that ought to be something. And so what can I say? Now I mentioned about I was talking about that Sky Train. The fact that I mentioned before that they're already building they're already in the middle of building the next phase of the PHX Sky Train at the airport, and it's going to connect Terminal 2. It's going to connect Terminal 4 to Terminal 3. And Terminal 3 will then have a walkway to Terminal 2. So, like I said, in essence, it's going to connect all 3 terminals. Okay? And that should be done in a couple of years from now. They're supposed to be done by 2015, you see. And then I mentioned that after they're done with that, they're not done with the Sky Train just yet. They're going to take it even further to the consolidated rental facility. Car rental facility, I mean. The Sky Harbor car rental facility over at Buckeye and 16th Street. Okay? And they should be done, then they'll be done with the Sky Train deal by 2020. One thing they're not going to do, however, is build a SkyTrain stop at Terminal 2. And the reason why is because they found out there's some long-term plans to do away with Terminal 2 altogether. Okay? And, see, some few years back, though, Sky Harbor did have some plans to build, not just to do away with Terminal 2, but build but replace it with a much bigger terminal that's be just about the size, if not bigger, than Terminal 4. But then a handful of years back, the recession kind of hit, So I don't know if they ever will build a I don't know if they ever will build a terminal there, but I wouldn't bet on it, you know. But one thing they do plan on doing, um, I found out from the Sky Harbor website about. I did find out about some plans for Terminal 3. There right currently, I think there are how many airlines are how many airlines does Terminal 2 do? I forget. Let me hold on a sec. I'm going to take a look. Let me go to the I'm going to the airport website. Okay. Okay, Terminal 2. Yeah, Alaska Airlines, Great Lakes Airlines, and United Airlines. Okay, those are the 3 airlines that serve Terminal 2. Now, Terminal 3 has American Airlines, Delta Airlines, Frontier Airlines, Hawaiian Airlines, JetBlue Airways, and Sun Country Airlines. And then there's Terminal 4, Sky Harbor's busiest terminal. Okay, you'll find Aeromexico, Air Canada, British Airways, U.S. Airways, WestJet, and my personal favorite airline, Southwest. As a matter of fact, Southwest Airlines, you know, it operates, you know, it occupies 3 concourses at Terminal 4. Okay, and so anyway, there's some long-term plans to modernize Terminal 3, and then do away with Terminal 2 altogether. They're going to consolidate, you know, take the airlines that occupy Terminal 2 and move them to Terminal 3. Okay, and of course they're going to do some other changes. They're going to expand the security checkpoints. You know, make them bigger. You know, because they're not as big as the security checkpoints at Terminal 4. And of course they're also going to kind of remodel the baggage and ticketing facilities. And then they're going to take the South Concourse of... Now, I think they're going to modernize... surely they're going to modernize the North Concourse at Terminal 3. But the last phase, they're going to do away with the Southern Concourse at Terminal 3 and replace it with a bigger concourse. And thus they can have more room for some more gates. And then afterwards they're going to... Thus they can get all the airlines from Terminal 2 to move over to Terminal 3. Then they'll do away with Terminal 2 altogether. Okay. And you remember I also mentioned before, I said that there was no Terminal 1 because they did away with Terminal 1 years ago, a year after Terminal 4 opened up. And they never renumbered the other terminals on account of it would have caused confusion for for travelers, you know. You know, when they say they're going to... And like if you were to tell your loved one you're going to arrive at Terminal 3 and the loved one will go, does that mean old Terminal 3 or new Terminal 3? You see? Well, you know what? You know what I think? I think if they're going to do away with, once they do away with Terminal 2, I think they ought to do away with the numbers and altogether, you know. Come to think of it, you know, Terminal 4 is already named after Barry Goldwater. So they call it the Barry Goldwater Terminal. Okay? But then I think they ought to do away with the numbers, and they ought to name Terminal 3 after someone else. Okay? So that's what I think they ought to do. And but I'll tell you what, you know, if I think about it, you know, later on I may consider going down to the airport again and going on that Sky Train again. Ah, it's heaven. You know, kind of funny. When I posted that that video on Facebook yesterday, or was it the day before that I posted, one of my fellow Facebook guides said it was kind of scary to her. I'm like, why? You know, is it because of how high it goes? Yeah, she's like, yeah, someone would have to strap me to a seat to you know, keep me calm or something like that, you know. But yeah, of course, then again, that part where, remember when I showed you that animation before, you know, and you see the, then again, look at the, you can look at the video from, you can see the video on YouTube, you know. In fact, I'll post the thing right here. Yeah, you can go to youtube.com/user/Phoenix Sky Harbor. And of course, spell Phoenix Sky Harbor with like one word, you know. So, and you can find a little taste of what they call taking the train to the plane. Okay. So anyway, but yeah, it's you know, it's going to be a lot of it's a lot. I think it's going to be even more fun next time I go on vacation. You know, because I usually go on vacation for Thanksgiving week. You know, and I have Thanksgiving week at my with my mom and the relatives. You know, so yeah, it ought to be but that doesn't mean I have to wait till I go on my vacation. You know, of course, one thing, you know, they also you know, at that Sky Train station at 44th and Washington, there's also early bag check-in if you fly on Southwest or U.S. Airways. They also have that if you you know, if you park at the East Economy parking lot building. Yeah, free bag check-in for Southwest or U.S. Airways. You see, so that's really cool there, and so but yeah, it's a lot of fun. What more can I say? You know. So, but anyway, that's what this past week has been like for me. You know. So yeah, I won't have any more D-back games to go to this coming week. You know, because like I said, my D-backs will be playing on the road. But anyway, I figured I better go ahead and do another video here because it's been over a week since I did one. So anyway, that's going to do it for me for now. So until next time, let's get ready to rock and roll. Crisscross applesauce out. See you later.